Hey,
And
hi, book lovers! I got Connsynn back on the channel again. This is the second time sharing her book, and I can't wait to listen to this one. Hi, welcome back, Connsynn.
hi. Today, thanks for having me again. Today, actually, I just finished this book called Ikigai. So I think it will be interesting to share with you guys on what is the key takeaways from this book.
Yeah, the cover is so beautiful. You want to kind of like describe the cover because like, is it embossed? Is it texturized? How is the cover like?
It's just like I think it's maybe it's Japanese. So I feel like it's actually cherry blossom. I think.
Yeah.
And it's basically it's an English version. So Ikigai is actually a translation from Japanese. And what it means is perhaps you can translate it as why you wake up for every morning. What is the meaning of why you wake up for? Yeah, meaning of life. Yeah. So this book is actually okay. We are doing a summary of a bigger summary because this book is basically a summary of the author's interviews with the people who live long, like 100 years old, on what is the secret to have a long and happy life.
Yeah, and the author, is he Japanese?
Actually, it's like this is a translated, so they put in some of their Western thoughts. It's a Westerner interviews on the Japanese culture, I would say. They interviews a lot of people in Okinawa, where the village has most centurion, where people live more than 100 years old is something to celebrate for, and also it's common in the village. So they went into the village and they interviewed all those people.
Mm-hmm. And how did you find out about this book?
No, actually, I was like reading all the Sapiens and all the why are we here? What are we doing? Where is next? Where am I here? That kind of books, and to find the answers. So my friend gave it to me, this book actually. Yeah. So Ikigai is the reason you wake up for, and is the happiness of you're always busy. But not to say that you're busy doing meetings or whatnot, but you're busy in life where need not be work, because all the people they interview in this book, basically they are no longer like a working adults. They are all actually retiree, we could say. So the book share a bit like interesting fact. For example, why modern life is hectic. Well, pretty much is interesting to know, where they explained it in a sense like when modern people live in like with technology, we get messages, we get emails. Actually, the ping of the messages and emails is actually similar to a thread in the past, where human being in the past, maybe in the as a hunter or as a farmer, they only get that kind of ping when there's danger, meaning like if you're under attack or whatever not, and it doesn't happen all the time. So modern people is very stressed because we get messages and emails all the time, because these messages and emails triggers the same hormone as what the thread in the old time is. That's why the authors also given examples of how we could actually overcome or stay less stressed in modern life so that we have a long and happy life. Try not to check the phones like for an hour, or just set a time where you don't touch the phone, so that you don't have this stress feeling, because once you're triggered, then the hormones is there, and we are not designed to be at a high stress environment all the time. So this is one of the key points that I think is quite useful for modern people like me.
Yeah. So
So
what
I
you're
said
saying
it as a
that what they're saying is that because you mentioned being happy while being busy, right? So is the book trying to say that you shouldn't have any distractions while you're doing busy work that makes you happy?
One of the key takeaways of the book is it says all these people, they keep their life busy, meaning they are occupied from the day from they opens the eye in the day until the late night when they goes to bed. But they are not doing it like multitasking like modern people. Like we suddenly go check email, suddenly we jump back to writing notes, then we go into like maybe having really live, we prepare lunch or whatnot, and then we come back again, all this. The book is saying that keeping a busy life, it means that you have a sense of belonging, that you are needed. So why all these older people, they are happy and they're having long life is they feel that they want to live long because they are still needed by the community. So this is another thing that the summary from the interviews from all the people that live in the village, when most people, they celebrate like 89 years old birthday or 99 years old birthday up to 110.
Right. And these are the centurions in the Okinawa island. They probably do fishing, they're fishermen and fishing ladies.
Some of the common trait they have is they are busy and happy. Busy not meaning that they are working like us. It can be what they do every day. Is just why I wake up for? Oh, I wake up and then I try to say hello to the people who pass by my home. That is the meaning thing that they think they contribute back to the society. No matter how small is it, but it's meaningful and it makes people feel good. And they feel that they're needed back by the community. And also another common trait that this older people has is gardening. So I think the easiest way to make us feel needed is like, for example, you have a plant. So if you don't water it a day, it may not die, but it doesn't look as good as they want. Then if you don't water it for 1 week, unlikely it will survive. So you need to make yourself feel needed. So you need to be part of the community. Or if not a community, then you'll be attached to something that needed you. So that you feel needed as a meaning of life, why you wake up for every day. It teaches us how to find things we like to do, because gardening may not be a thing to you and I. So reading may be a thing of you and I, but not a person who don't care or don't like reading, right? So it teaches a format, or it's an easy way to find what you like to do is to find out what gives you a flow. A flow is a state where you are doing something and you forgot to eat, you forgot about time, you forgot about tiredness while doing it. It can be found when people are like perhaps doing gaming. They can do all night and don't feel sleepy. Or maybe artists who is inventing a new, music. Or even someone who is like cooking. They don't feel hungry, they just like to do that, right? For a few hours, perhaps baking. You can do it for 8 hours or 4 hours continuously and you forgot about time. So one of the key thread of what we like to do is the sense of flow.
Yes. Yay, second takeaway. What is it? Woohoo!
The way is a bit longer. So
I want to live a happy life.
Yeah, the secret for a long and happy life. There are 5 key elements in that. First is don't worry. Because don't worry if you will live long enough or not. Just live at the present. Yeah. And the second secret is good habits. The book shares some really good habits, like perhaps stretching your arms or whatnot, doing some exercise every day does help, because our body is built to move. Our body is not built to sit like what you and I doing now. Maybe we should do a standing session in the next round. No, it's some good habits that modern people don't do it, but all the older people is doing it. Go for a walk, you just move around during your meetings, that will help. And third secret is friendship. Need to have friends or people who share ideas, to share happiness, to share or sadness. We are a social animal, so we need people with us. So friendship is very important. And the book says the fourth secret is don't hurry. So don't do many things at one time. You can do many things in a day, but do one thing at one time. Because it's basically not healthy to keep on swapping between tasks. It creates unnecessary stress, and the outcome isn't that good based on the study from this book. And
now I know why.
5,
Now I know why bringing up a family is so stressful, because you're doing multiple things at one time. Washing clothes, cleaning the dishes, cleaning the floor, kids crying around.
You can make yourself busy for a day. You can schedule all this in a timely manner. Just that, when kids come into place, like when you're washing, then they come and kacau you. You have no choice. In this book, all the sharing and all the key takeaways are, non-gender bias, and not really religious bias as well. It's like for all human beings, in a nutshell. And the last key takeaway is be optimistic. So it says that, I think it's also like a Japanese way of seeing things. It says, appreciate the beauty of imperfection for the opportunity to grow.
That's really nice. That is really nice. Yeah, that's it says there.
Yeah, if you are perfect, there's no room for improvement anymore. So well, that's the 3 key takeaways from this book. I think, there are more knowledge than we can really read and share in real life. But the books is like giving us an insight. Even if I don't think I will live long like those people who is 100 years old. But I do try to put into practice of what I learned from here. For example, like, don't just sit there, move, and find a sense of like, what are you waking up for? No matter how small the matter is, I think it really makes me feel happy, actually.
Right. And did they mention anything about food? There are like 5 things that the Ikigai is trying to say that you should try and practice. What about food?
Food is, I would say, they look a lot into the diet, into the Japanese Okinawan diet. They would say that what's the difference of them and the normal people like us is they have a variety of vegetables. Meaning, for example, the varieties of one day consumption, I can't recall a number because I don't capture the number when I read it. It's like maybe they have 20 varieties. But from us who live in modern cities, we get maybe 5. So that's the differences. And they have a lot of tofu and veggie in their diets, and they have very less salt. they have the lowest consumption of salt among the whole Japan.
I guess my last
So do you-
question I'm quite curious about is how did this book change you? Have you been living a healthier and more calm life? Have you changed your lifestyle to follow some of these teachings in the book?
Yes, I think it's actually, I mean, some of it we sort of know, like, for example, exercise every day is good. Just that we never really make it a habit. So the book actually take one extra steps where it gives us these pointers and says, make it a habit. So if let's say you don't have a habit to walk, then make it a habit to perhaps after a single meeting, you just stand up and stretch for 5 minutes before you continue the next one. Make it a habit so that it's good for your health. And to me, I think after I read and digest, as I said earlier, I didn't plan to be a long life person. I don't think so. So I want to still be a healthy and happy person. So
we may be sharing books way well after 100 years old. Maybe just think about this, like maybe like 80 years down the road, we'll be on a Zoom channel sharing books. White hair already all wrinkled up.
No, I think I like to share, but the thing is, I don't know if I live that long or not. Anyway, even if like it's just I have 10 more years, but I still want a happy life, right? So I think I take the points in it, and it really makes me feel healthier and happier actually. I started to understand like how is life and what is the hurry to do certain things. There's no need to hurry into certain things.
Well, thanks for
That's
sharing.
all my sharing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's amazing. Yeah.